Hi, it's Esports Storyteller, and today we'll have a very short but really funny and interesting story. Back in the old days, when the balance was really off and when StarCraft 2 was a new game, a relatively unknown player, ActionJesuz, appeared on DreamHack. In the next couple of days, he became one of the most popular figures in StarCraft 2 for a very short time, giving birth to a lot of memes and jokes on Reddit and Team Liquid. So, what happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ActionJesuz in the bottom left position. Now, I feel obligated to whisper this to Apollo, but he is 6-pulling.
Oh my god, he's actually going to 6-pull Lucifer.
Our Zerg player from Denmark started his journey already in beta version of StarCraft 2. Under the nickname of ActionJesuz, the guy soon became a top-tier Danish player, but with no real significant results. He played different build orders, but his favorites were different kinds of Zerg cheeses, including the famous 6-pull. What the hell is 6-pull? We don't really have a proper analog in Legacy of the Void because the economy has changed since then and there are no hardcore strategies like those that ceased to exist. But the idea was that the Zerg player doesn't spend his resources and doesn't build any workers at all. He just puts down the pool and builds pure Zerglings afterwards. This was a 100% all-in with no possible transition, unless the damage for your opponent is crippling and he's behind an economy. But in most cases, you either straight up win the game or just lose it quite fast. The build order required almost zero microcontrol, as you would almost never face any resistance except for a wall-off or drone micro, but it also didn't really work if scouted by Protoss or Terran, so of course it was popular only in ZVZ where people didn't really scout with drones. In very rare cases you could try to surprise your greedy Terran or Protoss opponent who choose not to scout, because some maps had a big ramp and it was more difficult to make a proper wall-off. And there were also more rational safe variations such as 8-pull, and Viva La Dota League even made a song about it. ActionJesuz took part in the Danish qualification for DreamHack LAN tournament, where he got to the finals relatively easy, defeating some other less known opponents. Finally, he met SLRKR Pact DMF, oh, dude, this nickname I can't really possibly pronounce it, and suddenly ActionJesuz loses in the finals and there is no opportunity to participate in DreamHack. But we don't know whether it was luck or providence, but his opponent later forfeited the spot as he didn't have time to travel to Sweden, and ActionJesuz was the closest replacement. Did he have any chances? Not at all. He was a total outsider, not a single chance in hell to get out of the group, so it was mostly for experience and some fun. He was locked together with Top, Lucifer and NTT. All of them were Terran players. Top was a South Korean Code A and Code S participant who was the favorite to place high in this DreamHack. Lucifer was an up-and-coming talent from Spain who would become the best European Terran player 2 years later. And the last one, Entity, was from Holland and played StarCraft already in the year 2000. At the age of 18, he was one of the best players in the world after taking the 3rd place at the World Cyber Games Challenge in South Korea. And then we have ActionJesuz, the guy who won only $100 for the last couple of months. Of course he had no chances, so our hero decided to have fun, relax and enjoy the tournament. Even though his main race was Zerg, he picked random, as it could have given him the edge in the games. Wings of Liberty had really large 4-player maps where you didn't know where your opponent would spawn, so sometimes the scouting could take more time than normally and you had to check free spawning positions. Another thing that was serving ActionJesuz well was the tournament format. In the group stage, everyone played a best of 1, so you only needed to win one map to advance to the next opponent. This system isn't great as it's somewhat random, but that's exactly what ActionJesuz needed. The only footage we have left is his match against Lucifer. Keep in mind that Terran players always make a wall-off against Zergs, but Lucifer didn't know what race his opponent had because he picked random. And now let's just enjoy the rest of the game. I think there is no further explanation needed.
But he's 6-pulling.
Oh my god, he's actually going to 6-pull Lucifer.
Shh, don't tell
Lucifer. And the thing is that it's going to be really, I'm not sure if this will work out, because if Lucifer decides to wall off, and we're going to see exactly where this SCV does lead off, and it looks like he is going to wall off. If he manages to get that wall off in time, that is just going to be crucial and it'll be game over instantly. The thing is the Overlord is scouting in the incorrect way. And depending on the guessing game, he is going to send out a very early drone. If he does go to the right-hand side and see this, and he can use the drone to actually block the ramp. 2 drones even, and now Lucifron must know something is up.
Oh no, he needs to wall it off right now. It looks like ActionJesuz is blocking it, and Lucifron needs to get into position, and here comes the Zerglings marching up the ramp. Oh, ActionJesuz!
And this is the key thing he needs to do, is if he takes down the supply depot, it will be in so much trouble. He can only have 1 Marine. Is he going to be able to get it in time? The SCV's doing damage.
No.
Oh, no! And so now he has supply blocks. He can only have 1 Marine out to help fight against this.
And he doesn't even have enough money to make 2 supply depots. 1 Marine is coming out, but ActionJesuz is having a little bit of shaky control. Lucifron is splitting these SCVs quite well. He has a Marine out right now and is trying to get into the most ideal position, but look at that great control by Lucifron. But already it's going to be very tough for Lucifron to be able to hold off, and the Marine, ends up falling, and Lucifron is just in a terrible position. Oh no, that is not the way you want to go out of a tournament, but Lucifron.
Oh no, the SCVs are going to go down, and it looks like GG is called, and ActionJesuz manages to take out Lucifron. Oh my god, Jesus is in the building, and he is taking down nerds one at a time.
Apart from this upset, ActionJesuz also won against Entity using the exact same strategy. He was lucky to get Zerg again, and in his match against Top, ActionJesuz decided to deviate from his build order. But it was the 7th pool, so it was pretty much the same. Top, however, managed to defend well and defeated the Danish trickster. Nevertheless, ActionJesuz advanced to the playoffs bracket from the 2nd place, while both Lucifron and Entity were eliminated in the first round. Imagine how sad they were to lose to the literally easiest and silliest StarCraft 2 strategy ever. His next opponent was Tyler, also known as Noni. There, ActionJesuz picked Zerg, but eventually lost with a 1-2 score. Despite being eliminated rather early, ActionJesuz became a popular internet meme for this wild and bold strategy he played during the DreamHack. All of his 6 games were either 6 or 7 pool, a build that was widespread in the lower leagues but should have never worked against a pro player, but somehow it did. He even got a fan club on Team Liquid, and this was the highest achievement for any amateur player. Soon after the tournament, ActionJesuz retired. He never really pursued the professional esports career and had almost 0 results after the DreamHack performance, but he was long remembered for this wild run. That's it for our story. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing and also make sure to check out some other esports content if you are interested. Have a good day, good luck and have fun!